Clico Credit Union, your life partner for financial services, providing our members with the human experience, prudent financial management, service excellence, and innovative products and services for over 75 years. Have you ever wondered about the board of directors and committees within Clico Credit Union, their roles and functions, and perhaps even whether you qualify to serve on one of these committees? Well, let's take a deep dive into CCU and speak to some of its officers as we try to answer these questions. Board of Directors. CCU's Board of Directors is the highest decision-making body in the credit union's corporate structure with ultimate responsibility for the strategy, policy, direction, and governance of the credit union. Composition. The board comprises 9 members who are elected for a period of 3 years by the credit union's membership at its annual general meeting. However, the terms of members are staggered such that each year, 1/3 of the positions come up for election at each AGM. After election, the board is empowered to elect from amongst itself a president and vice president, but may also appoint a secretary, assistant secretary, treasurer, and other officers as it determines, who may not necessarily be a member of the board. The CEO is also empowered to attend all board meetings and can take part in the decision-making of the board, but does not have a casting vote. Qualification for service. Any member of the credit union above the age of 18 years can be elected to the board of directors as long as they are not a salaried employee of the credit union or member of the supervisory or credit committee. As such, a member of the board who takes up paid employment with the credit union is deemed to have automatically relinquished their seat on the board. Role and function.
Hello, my name is Colleen Holder. I have been a member of the Clico Credit Union for the last 15 years, and I have been a member of the board for the last 4 years. My first year as a member of the board, I served as an alternate board member, and for the last 3 years, I have served as a full board member. I will not be returning to the board in the upcoming AGM for re-election, and I will also not be going up for supervisory or credit committee. So I thought I would share some of my experience on the board, as well as share with you if you are thinking about being nominated to serve on the board, share some of the things that you should be aware of before you put yourself up for nomination. So one of the things that the board is responsible for is the overall financial health of the credit union and its members. And in that vein, for the board meetings, we usually look at the financial statements, the monthly financial statements. These are prepared by the senior managers, and we go through these things literally with a fine-tooth comb to look at how are we doing health-wise as a financial institution. How are we helping to increase the revenue for members, to help serve the members on a continuous basis? We look at the overall management of the credit union. One of the more important things as well that the board does is that the board is responsible for hiring the chief executive officer. The board is also responsible for hiring senior managers, and these are the people who are responsible for the day-to-day running of the credit union. And so we play a part in the overall management of the credit union. Very important role that we play. We also look at policies which help to run the credit union. We recommend policies, we approve policies, we also look at bylaws on the governance committee level, and then it goes to the board level. We look at bylaws that can help to enhance what we do at the credit union and how it serves the members. Another responsibility of board members is we have a monthly board meeting, but we also have board appointed committees. So while yes, we have one meeting per month for the board, we also have ad hoc committees of the entire board to deal with particular things. We may have to deal with rebranding, we may have to deal with policies, but we also have board appointed committees. I have served as the secretary of the governance committee for the last 4 years, and I've also served as a member of the education committee the first 3 years I was on the board. And both committees, there's a lot of reading, a lot of documentation, including for the board as well, the overall board as well. It is a commitment of your time. It is a commitment to really putting the time in to read the documents, because you will be required to make recommendations and to lay things on the table that will help to improve how the credit union is run and to help improve the overall financial health of the credit union. So if you have a particular skill, whether it's in HR or IT or finances, we would like to see you be recommended or be nominated to come and serve on the board of Clico Credit Union. Another responsibility of board members is that we have to do annual training in anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism. We have to do this in order to meet the requirements of the central bank and the financial intelligence unit, because of course we are a financial institution, and therefore our fiduciary duty, we have to be up to date, up to scratch. So there's training going on, annual training, there are board meetings, there are documents that you have to read and be aware of all the things that are happening at the credit union. It would be good as well if you know some of the bylaws, you can read financial statements. These are some of the things that really would have to be required for you to be on the board, and some things that would help you to make a better contribution once you become a member of the board. For the next AGM, we will have 5 positions available on the board, 3 for full members and 2 for 2 alternate members. So there are places available, there is space available for you if you think you can make a contribution on the board, and a contribution that will help to improve the financial health of the credit union or to improve the overall running of the credit union. We would love to have you on the board of Clico Credit Union. So the board is ultimately answerable to the membership of the credit union. We don't serve ourselves, we serve the members. So we want to ensure that as we serve on the board, and even as we serve on the supervisory committee or the credit committee, that we serve and we ensure that the CCU remains for our members, the life partner for financial services.
General disqualifications. Members of the board or committee are generally disqualified and cease to hold office if they A. cease to be a member of the society, B. apply for bankruptcy or are declared bankrupt, C. become of an unsound mind, D. are convicted of any offense involving dishonesty, E. fail to attend 3 consecutive meetings without tendering a valid and proper excuse, or F. are found guilty of an act which causes undue hardship or distress or loss to the society or another member. This has been a production of the Education Committee. We thank you for coming along on this educational journey with us and invite you to stay tuned as we bring you more information on how your credit union continues to serve you, our valued members.